Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings, learn to do tough, cease to do evil, says Yahweh, says Yahweh. Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings, learn to do tough, and cease to do evil, says Yahweh, says Yahweh.
Come, let us reason together, says Yahweh, says Yahweh. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow, as white as snow.
Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings, learn to do tough, cease to do evil, says Yahweh, says Yahweh. Come, let us reason together, says Yahweh, says Yahweh. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow, as white as snow.
Come, let us reason together, says Yahweh, says Yahweh.
For we will lift you up on your day, Abba Yahweh. For we will give your precious name to praise, Abba Yahweh. And we will continue to do, Abba Yahweh, as the nation lift up their voices unto you, Abba Yahweh. As they play the instruments, Abba Yahweh, and our hallelujahs, Abba Yahweh, and the dancing and movement of our feet, Abba Yahweh, is to our great King this day, Abba Yahweh. Because, Abba Yahweh, you have been so tough to us, Abba Yahweh. You are the one that has kept us from day to day, Abba Yahweh. Have your way in the midst of this house, Abba Yahweh. Strengthen the nation today, Abba Yahweh. Have your Deburim, your word, your emit, your truth go to the ears of your nation, Abba Yahweh. To strengthen this day, Abba Yahweh. Then we rejoice, they rejoice with us, Abba Yahweh. On all of the precious tikva, Abba Yahweh. The promise that you have gave to your nation, Abba Yahweh. that we have no worries, Abba Yahweh. Because we serve a king, Abba Yahweh, a great king, Abba Yahweh. Abba Yahweh, you can touch those today that need a touch, Abba Yahweh. Straighten them with your word, Abba Yahweh. Lift up their heads, Abba Yahweh, that they cry to you, Abba Yahweh. With a great hallelujah, Abba Yahweh. With the one tongue, Abba Yahweh, that you have put in our mouth, Abba Yahweh. Us not being ashamed, Abba Yahweh, to lift up our King, Abba Yahweh, because we know that our strength is in you, Abba Yahweh. When the hills, Abba Yahweh, that we look, Abba Yahweh, we know our help coming from you, Abba Yahweh. No other one, Abba Yahweh. You know that you're the one that keep us in the straight and narrow way, Abba Yahweh. Even, Abba Yahweh, in our shortcomings. You have seized upon your nation, Abba Yahweh. Oh, Abba Yahweh, to lift us up, Abba Yahweh, with that strong and mighty hand, Abba Yahweh, and to put us back on the straight and narrow way, Abba Yahweh. Oh, we'll harbor you this day, Abba Yahweh. We'll put greater harbor, Abba Yahweh, for knowing this one of his precious son, Yahshua HaMashiach, and that precious dome that we shed for YisraYah'ale. Let us stand to our feet, nation. Hallelujah. Brothers trapped in the mountain of Yahweh and Yahshua HaMashiach. Precious Abba Yahweh, YHWH, Kadosh is your mighty Hashem. Yakut to come, your will be done. In earth, Abba Yahweh, and it is the Hashemayim. Give us this day our daily nation. Forgive us our debt, Abba Yahweh, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, Abba Yahweh. For yours is the Makut, the power and the honor, Abba Yahweh. Forever, Abba Yahweh. So be it, Abba Yahweh. May it be fulfilled in the present mighty name of Yahshua HaMashiach. And your Malak feed us the lesson, the bread of life this day, Abba Yahweh. To strengthen, Abba Yahweh. To search the lands of your nation, Abba Yahweh. That we cry, Abba Yahweh. So standing in the need of your image, your truth. This day, Abba Yahweh. That we soon turn and come back unto you, Abba Yahweh. Man, the very spirit to try to come against your image this day, Abba Yahweh. And your Malak speak, Abba Yahweh, in the precious and mighty name of Yahshua HaMashiach. I pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And we brought for all that you have given unto us. For your Ahava is greater of kindness and your patience towards YisraYah'ale. So we bring a great offering of Torah and praise. Unto you, Yahweh. Hallelujah. Let us sing unto Yahweh our Abba. Come on.
Oh
The hushing the name of the only Yeshua. That's in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach.
Hallelujah.
We greet you by the power of His Abba, His will, Almighty Yahweh. We greet you in that precious, mighty, powerful name this Shabbat. The great blessing to be able to lay down everything, every care, every burden, and we allow our minds to be given unto His diction, His decree, what He dictates. I will let nothing interfere with me or dethrone me from the objective of Almighty Yahweh. I will not let wives, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, anyone cause my mind to be so distorted and so far removed from Yah that I can't think straight. That I think like a fool, that I act like a fool. There is nothing in this world, nothing, that can cause that kind of reaction out of me, as long as I keep allow that mind, the tenets of the mind of Yahshua. And the only thing I have to do to renew that mind is go to the book. You see, the world so can see themselves by going to Walmart. That's how they please themselves. I go to the book. I'll buy me something, I will buy the truth. I won't sell that. That's what I will do. So we greet you, our friends. You, especially my enemies, I do greet you in Yahshua's name. I'm glad you're back. I am. I don't have no problems with you. You may have problems with me, that's your problem. I have no problem with any man. But you're not going to convince me unless I see the evidence in your life. And some of the most adamant crooks can't get off with the jewelry. It's by their demeanor, the way they express themselves, the way they testify under oath. So I testify under His word. It's decree and nothing else. I want to continue where I left off on the last Shabbat that I was here, concerning the 7 kings, they that hid under the trees, the repercussion, the results of that. As I began this teaching, I informed us that in what we know as the universal world today, there are only 10 monarchs. And that is simply implying that there is a king or a queen. You enunciate it from the tongue of Abraham, it is the same expression. And there's one thing that is different from a king or a queen. When you have a government of democracy, a social democracy or communist, it is run by a legislative power of individuals that demand or they establish the decree. The Torah will call it the doth Veda, the doth. And a decree, a doth, simply implies there's an edict from the king. You can't defy it. You can't go over it. You must be adjudicated by this edict of the king. It is a commission that he commands and that he put in place to regulate. And everything must fall within the scope of that doth, the decree. the edict, the commands of the king. There are those today, especially the female type, they call themselves queens. Soon as and they will let you know, I make the decree. There are those that call themselves kings. I'm the king here. What does that state or imply?
Yes.
See, this world, by this juvenile concept and the concepts that are being spread throughout the world, they tell you that there shall be little kings that rise up. It's a lie. They will tell you that Iran, this powerful Babel, is going to rise up. They are missing the mark, and this is 2019. It is the year of the end of 400 years of bondage. They are all twisted liars.
Yes.
So what does Yah means when he talks about these 7 kings in Revelation 17? Listen. You must understand that a king has the power to make a decree. There is nothing, no one that decrees in that authority that doth than you. You decree what is right. Yes. Your emotions, your feelings, your attitude, and nothing defy that. This is much more insidious than a man or woman standing before you, because kingdoms have been overthrown by the populace. Yes. People overthrow kings. You don't feed your subjects well, they will kill you. They will kill your wife. They will kill all of your babies. And if your soldiers are not taken care of in the right fashion, not only will they kill you and hang you, but they will rape your daughters and your sons as well. Yes. This is a stupidity of interpretation of Torah. And these little young boys out here that call themselves, yes. I don't care if they call themselves prophets. They are not the Nobi or the Nabi'im of Almighty Yah. Yeah. They call themselves apostles, I don't mind. But they are not the Shaliach of Yah. Yes. They don't stand in the power of revelation. They come from scripture. They read more books than a library can carry. It's a fact. So I want to continue with that. I had to make that statement so you that have joined us, you can understand. These are not 7 literal kings. Yeah. These are not 7 literal kings that shall rise up. Yeah. There are 7 most powerful spirits that rise up in me. Yes. It rises up in me. Yes. Yeah. It rises up in me. Yes. They battle against the 7 Rachim of Yah. Now that's the message next week. 7 against 7. Who's going to win? Well, I know who's going to win. Yeah. That's the teaching for next week. 7 against 7. So there is no odd play on that. Yeah. 7 against 7. You will understand that. But I want to return and revisit where I began last week, the week before last. Yeah. Here in Jubilees, the writings of Jubilees. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Jubilees chapter 34 and verse 2. He identifies by the power of Ruach. You must understand this was revealed. This was made known. This was opened up unto him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Moshe writes here, and 7 kings. He talks about 7 kings. The same thing Yochanan talks about in Revelation, Gilead, chapter 17. He identifies 7 kings. These liars today can pull that from Revelation, and they will never show you the witness in Torah there must be at least 2 or 3 witnesses. I gave us 5. There must be minimum that the same verbiage, it must be the same. It must be in the syntax, organized with the verb here, the noun, the pronoun, the adjective, the adverb. It must be the same. The 7 G's. They were of the Amori. What one says, that's what the word Amori implies. What I say in my heart. What you say in your liver, in your mind.
Yes.
Your mind is like mine. It is polluted.
True.
It is corrupt as hell.
Yeah.
It is in diametric opposition to the Creator. And so you say it in your heart. I'm nice. You're a devil. I'm sweet. You're harsh as a lemon. With 7 kings, we will deal with the 7 verses 7 and the number 7. They were the Amori that spoke in their heart, and they congregated. They assembled themselves together against them. Against them. This whole violent attack is not against the world as a whole, because there's only one that's going to attack this violent, evil, sadistic world and bring it down to the cauldrons of hell. That's the Creator. That's God. And they position themselves to come against them. To what? To harak, to slay, to kill, to decimate, to desecrate, to destroy every kind of any kind of signet or any knowing of that people. And first of all, they were hara, they were hiding. You hide your lies in your heart. You hide your opposition against the nation. In your heart, you hide your sins and thinking that nobody sees. But you are a flat-out fool.
Yes.
You are a fool.
Yeah.
We have that thing drawn close.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that to me. I'll proceed. It says they hiding, hada, they hid themselves that no one could see them. We hide sin, we hide these 7 that war against Yah in our heart. We think nobody sees, but Yah does. And they will be manifested, YisraYah'ale. They hid themselves where? Under the trees. Under the trees. They hid themselves trying to identify the elect, the true vine, the zera, seed of the elect. Period. So they hid themselves hiding under the trees to take their cattle as prey. There's only one people that have come to this nation that has been known as shackled with chains and bondage. They were just like us. And that's a fact of the matter. Now there is a people of Yah's elect that represents the same thing, that they're shackled here. You're shackled here. YouTube has twisted you all to hell. YouTube has twisted you to hell. MySpace and Facebook has twisted your damn mind so warped. I'm not afraid of the world. You're afraid of the world, you're an enemy of Yah. Fact of the matter. And those that are enemies of Yah, they are my enemies. The man doesn't know I can deal with it. I'm going to bring this home. You don't have to worry. I got it all laid out. All laid out. So you won't be able to challenge me and say what you said was wrong. It's right. Well, you simply have paper there. Well, I know what's on the paper. That in your hand, does that consist of paper? Yeah. Okay. I got it here. Hallelujah. Yeah. So they hid themselves, take advantage, the resources. And that's what that powerful, and those 7 spirits that operate in you, that's a birth process. You must know how they come about. They're birthed in you. Yes. They're born in you. It is almost like a fly or maggots. They continue to repopulate. Yes. I pulled some wood off a building, one of the old shacks of mine that I use for tools and things, and I saw thousands of termites. I said, I got something for you. Didn't take long to eradicate them. Made sure they were dead. Because if you allow one to live, it's going to cause the rebirth of many. Yes. You allow that violent contempt for Yah to remain in your heart, it's going to repopulate. Yes. You will become all twisted and out of balance and wiped out. And that's just a fact. So we know that there are 7 kings. There are 7 profound, powerful spirits that rule in your mind. And when that 7th one is fulfilled, you become that which is most detestable. You become a violent heathen unto Yah. Yes. And that's a fact, nation. You can't justify your filthy, dirty, evil ways. Yes. It's nothing about me that's right. It's everything that he says to me, he is right. And what he says to me, if I hear to that, it will make me right. Now let's go quickly from there to Bereshit. We'll go to Genesis, Bereshit. I want to examine this word Chabad once again. Chabad. It says in Genesis chapter 3 verse 8, there was something that transpires. There was a birth that came forth in the love of Chava, Eve. And Adam allowed that same spirit to be birthed in him. It says this, knowing their Creator, knowing the one that communed with them daily in the garden, yes. This is what transpired. This is what transpired. There is nothing new under the sun, nation. Yeah. It says, and they heard the voice of Almighty Yahweh walking. Halach. He was walking in the garden in the Ruach of the day. Nagum. And his Ishor hid. Rabbah. They conceal their sin. That's what we do. That's what hiding is. It conceals your wickedness. It conceals your violent reproach. There were 7 kings. That's 7 spirits that rule, and they battle against that symbolic of that 7. Yes. They fight against the symbolicness of that 7. Yes. And so they were the ones that they haba. They concealed themselves. They hid themselves. Where? How do they do that? The 7 kings hid themselves under the trees because they were against the elect of Yah. They were against the elect of Yah. Yah is the one that elect. He is above the elect ones. Hallelujah. So they hid themselves. They knew they were evil. They knew they had defied Yah because there was a birth that came forth out of them yes. That nothing can destroy it but the dome of Yahshua HaMashiach. There was a birth of sin right. I got my right. You don't tell me. You see, that's what a queen will say. She has her own diction. And a king will say, I'll tell you what, I'll bust your head. You don't have to buy it. But it is the truth, and it will all come out in the wash, all right? That's right. It's coming out. So they hid themselves from who? Why would you hide from the presence of Almighty Yahweh? Where? Among the trees. Among the trees. Among the Ezra. Do you think that that's literally in the sense you can't hide under the trees here? You can try to hide from Yah, but He will find you exactly where He knew you would be. In the cesspool of your evil, sinful, wicked, violent contempt for His truth. You can hide your sin. There's only one place you can hide it. It's here. That translates to this. And I'm telling you, big dog, it's coming down. I'm telling you, that Sinai, you can't build no resistance to that. It's going to kill you. And that's a fact. He found them Shabbat, concealment, hiding from Almighty Yah. We think we're hiding. They hid from the presence of Yah. It's not that mindset today that when we hear the Torah of Yah, that we don't even have the sensitivity of ourselves to say, it's me, Yah. It's me. That's why we're quiet as hell is not quiet. I'm convicted, condemned by everything. I don't care if I'm not a participant of it, but I am. I am. You can talk from this book about anything. I'm guilty of it all because it took the dome of Yahshua. So it makes no difference if I was a murderer, I was a liar, an adulteress, a fornicator. I'm all of that. And that's a fact. So they hid themselves. You see that? So we see the continuity there. 7 kings, and there are 2 that should be in agreement. Where 2 or 3, there were 3 of them in agreement with Yah, Adon, and Haman. He had made a covenant with them. You own it all. That over there, that Nachash, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to play with it. And so we allow every damn thing to train our minds except truth. He said all damn day on YouTube, that's sick. Television all day, that trains us. That is what trains our minds. We're not even jackasses. Get off your lazy backside and do something. Sweat a little bit. Get that damnable poison out of your mind. Lazy as a drop barrel of dog doo-doo. I said to them yesterday, because I'm going to make them work with me, teaching them to plant. You got seeds to plant tomorrow. I'll show you. And so I had that compost chicken litter. It comes from, I explained to them, this fertilizer is not cheap. It comes from the state of New York. All the chickens are fed. Nothing but a complete organic diet. There is nothing synthetic in their diet. They don't buy corn that has chemicals. All of their mixtures are totally organic. That's why it costs. I said like this, there's some crazy white boys out there that just love that kind of nature stuff. And they do it right. They do it with all their heart. They put effort, and they won't cheat you. That's a fact. That's a fact, nation. And so all of that litter comes from an organic chicken reproduction farm, and it costs. And so I said, when I opened the bucket, I said, that's nothing but a little chicken doo-doo. And you should have seen the expression. That's all right. It's chicken doo-doo. Come on, give me that bucket. It's chicken doo-doo.
Yes.
It's chicken doo-doo.
Yes.
They looking at each other. They wouldn't look at me. You gonna eat? Are those mustard greens ready? It's got chicken doo-doo on it too.
Yes.
Don't write to me with your stupidity. What you bought at the store got human doo-doo on it.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So they hid themselves. They chabah. They conceal. They were fake and phony. You've never done that, have you?
Yeah.
And I tell you all, nation, I'm real. And I say to the Hakim, I know my language is crude and cruel, but I'm real. As they would say, 100, not 100s. 100! 100! That's too diplomatic to say 100. No, I'm 100. I'm real. Not a pretender. Not a liar. Well, let's go to Father YHWH. What transpired under those trees? What transpired? I'll show you what transpired. We see that same reproductive, that same, thank you, my friend, same reproductive nature in us today. We see that same reproduction today. What did they do under the tree? Let's go to the Nobi Jeremiah quickly. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 6. I want to read quickly. Yahweh said also to me in the days of YHWH, the Melech. It is the king that sets the decree, the mandate. Nobody mandates you. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I don't want to be like that. I have never been like that. I have never been like that. That's why I've been able to learn so much in life. I'm not arrogant. I've never been arrogant. I don't try to promote myself as equal with another man. I know what he got. I won't tell any man, oh, you got that big old house. Why you spend all that money? George Clay was my manager at IBM. He had back then a $300,000 house. He came to me one day, said, I'm going to build another one. I said, for what? You own 27 or 30 houses in Charlotte already. You going to live for what? He said, I said, how big is it? It's the same size. I said, that doesn't make sense to me, man. He says, well, what I want to do with it? Granite floors and all. I say, stop that, George. You don't need all that. The lots he purchased were $300,000. That's crazy. That was insane, nation. Yet they knew that I was so genuine they could come to me. Younger than him, they would talk to me and tell me things. And so I'm real. I'm not going to lie to you here. May Yah split my head wide open and kill me. Don't even bury me properly. Just throw me in a dark hole out there, and that it will be forgotten. This is real to me. It's genuine. You said to me in the days of YHWH, the Melech, you're your own king. Have you seen which backsliding Mashbuah, this apostate mind? You understand what an apostate mind is? It's a mind that defies Yah. It's a mind that sleep and slumber in the drunkard of their sin. You can't even recognize sin. You can't recognize your ill. You never think you're wrong. You're always right. You're as wrong as the day is long. Anytime you think you're right, I know damn well you're wrong. They'll swing back from the commandments. Love me with all of your neighbor. You're a damn liar. You're a dirty dog. Look, if it's my mama, your mama, my son or your son, it makes no difference with me. He said, have you seen what this backslid people have done? YisraYah'ale have done. She has gone up. She's gone up on every hair, every high place. You're high-minded and you don't have a damn thing. I was thinking this morning, young son, look at me. I said, can you imagine? You said, a young daughter, young man that's not living like this. He's 17, he finished school. He's a musician in his mom and daddy's house. His mother and father understand. He has a little job he makes, brings home $323 a week. If he simply save $100 every week, that's $5,200 when he's 18. How many kids you know 18? He's 19, he has $10,400. How many kids you know 19 at $10,000? When he's 20, he has $15,080. You add it up.
Yes.
How many kids you know at 25 got $45,000, $50,000 in the bank? And not that many married ones got that. Let's get real.
Yeah.
You learn not to spend.
Yeah.
Learn to save. Whatever you spend it on, you will enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not say fat. Let me proceed.
Yeah.
He says she has gone up on every high place. She's high-minded. She thinks much of herself. And under every, not some, under every philosophy, every doctrine, every teaching, every camp, GMS, UIC, Tazadak, and all these damn devils, the Bishop Downs and all of them.
Yes.
And they are still doing the same things they were doing when they're in the world. They're still getting high.
Yes.
They're still sitting around the campfire drinking bad wine and getting drunk and high, looking at your wife and lusting at. And so they say you can have more than one wife now. It's just they're fulfilling their lust. It's a damn lie. Yah has one wife.
Yeah.
You get out of him a slew of women, he gave him one. And no experimentation with the folly of man, his rebellious, Yah suffered that with Shalom on men because he knew they were evil. Under every green tree, there are those that go everywhere, try thinking they're getting something, and they'll bring the same shit they learn over there and bring it here. You're not coming here with that. Don't think you're going to come here with that. You got to deal with me, and you don't want to do that. And I have men that are capable of handling you.
Yeah.
And so they go everywhere, and every green tree, get it. Well, I got some knowledge, baby. You think I haven't heard what you're trying to spouse on fool us?
Yes.
They think it's green under the tree, or the old proverb, the grass is green on the other side. Wait till you get there. They went on every green tree, and there they played the role of a zonah, a whore, a harlot. What is a zonah? One that practice their indulgence of idolatrous witchcraft, sedition.
Yes.
That's what we practice it here.
Truth.
That's what you practice. You convince your lies convince you. You know we're evil. I'm evil if my own lies convince me.
Wow.
I'm evil if I purport lies and my actions are based upon them. I'm an evil dog.
Hallelujah.
Something is sadistically wrong with me. And that's a fact.
Hallelujah.
I'm evil if I promote me. Why say that to me? Because Yah's going to say, go to hell to us. They sat on every green tree, everywhere, but they thought they got a little knowledge. Well, I hear everybody. I don't hear everyone. I don't listen to this dog doo-doo.
Hallelujah.
You're not coming to me in the name of your damnable Lord Jesus Christ or the Lord God. Damn them all.
Hallelujah.
Say it like that.
Yes.
I don't repent.
Hallelujah.
on the evergreen tree. And you think you got something no one has known. Well, man, you know this is what the book says. Hold up. You can't even show me the calculated knowledge of scriptures that bear witness with scripture after scripture after scripture. You can't even do that. So that's what we have done. We're going on the evergreen tree. You got a little bit from GMS. You got a little bit from Israel United in Christ. You got a little bit from here. You got a little bit from there. You got a little bit from there. You got a little bit from everywhere. You got mass. You got a hodgepodge of mess. I get it from the book. And when one teaches the concept or the precept perfectly, then I would totally get it. That's what he said. They've gone on the evergreen tree and they've played the role of a whore, of the most putrefying idolatry, idolatrous witchcraft. And you know it's witchcraft. Can I tell us something, nation? Yes. Can I tell us, please, what the book says not me? You know it's witchcraft because you use a spirit of divination and you convince others. Yes. You're always convincing someone against someone. You're a damn devil. Yes. How do I know that? Because he convinced them against the one that made them. He, Nahash, Hazatan, convinced Adam and Sheba against the one that made them. He convinced them against the one that made them. So don't come to me with your folly-dolly bullshit thing. Let's come from Torah. Yes. You know it's the Hilton of witchcraft. When you so easily, who have slated you? But you should have obeyed the truth. Who has? Some kind of emotional agenda? We're crazy. Yeah. As sick as they come. Yes. The fruitcakes. And that's just a fact. So this battle against Yah, there is no assault that the kings of the earth, they can't even beat each other. Look how long that they were in Afghanistan, still bad. I remember 20 years back, I remember the Afghans said them Russian boys, they were tough boys. But the Russians, and that Siberian training and all of that, they could not handle the boys. His brother-in-law would call me from Afghanistan. And he said, Ruach is crazy. It's about -0. They got on sandals. They got their Kalashnikov. And they got a shawl on them. He says, it's same. He said, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And all they need is a little soup and bread. That's all they need. He said, they're crazy, they're fighters. He called me one morning, they had been pinned down for 12 hours. He said, we couldn't do nothing. And I knew that boy was terrified. And I talked to him, I know, an hour and a half. Why would he call me? Because he knew I was the only man in his life, besides his daddy, that was real. He didn't call his uncle. He called me. He didn't call his mother's sister's husband. He called me. Because he knew I was real. You promoting, you not promoting truth. And that's why it teaches to find me out. And it finds me out, shows me where I'm at. You understand? So that's what we have done. We have been high-minded. We have played the role of a zana, of a harlot. We are unfaithful. You can be faithful with Yah and unfaithful with you. You can't say you're faithful with Yah and unfaithful with me, because the same requirement to be faithful with him is the same to be faithful with me. No different. You gotta love me, I gotta love you. With the same fervor, I love Yahweh because he has elected a people. What you see in the daddy, you see in the son. What you see in the mama, you see in the daughter. The Torah talks about both. The Torah talks about both. Let me proceed quickly here in verse 13. This is all he commands us here, of the same chapter. He says, only acknowledge. That's a difficult thing for a nation of kings and queens. Only acknowledge. I bless Yah that I have no problem with saying that I'm wrong. We kick it together. I will bust your head. And I talk like that too. You're all right, everything is all right. We're straight. I don't have to say we straight. I've never said that. Appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you. Appreciate what you've done. But I will crack your head. I will bust your kneecaps. I know how I'm talking. Well, you don't get frustrated. Tell me if you get frustrated. Tell me if you get angry. Fool. It's a lying generation. Oh, he got angry. You're damn right I'm angry. Just angry with the wicked every day. Now that's a bad. I'm going to teach that one Wednesday. Show you the anger of Yah, all right? I've shown it, but I'll show you a different perspective. It says in Jeremiah 3:13, only acknowledge your iniquity, your ovon, your ovin. Only say that I'm wrong. I've done that. I've done you wrong, brother. I've done you wrong, sister. I've harbored lies and ills against you. Only acknowledge it. I don't give a damn who you are. He hasn't elected people. No one is more special than his people. And so if they're special to him collectively, then they must be special to you individually. Only until you allow your kingship rise up. Nahash rises up with this evil, violent intent. Only acknowledge your iniquity that you have sinned, transgressed against Almighty Yahweh your Abba. And not only that, he said, you have scattered your ways under every green tree. You have found those in the day. Now, some of you young ones, the slang terminology is different today. But in my days, when someone was ignorant, stupid, unlearned, didn't have the ability, they were not facilitated with the knowledge of how to deal in that word, you would say, he's green. We are such hypocrites. You would say, he's green, man. But a hustler trying to play one, he's a green one. Well, the green one did not understand that he was green. He's green. He's ready for the picking. You can take him. You can feed him anything. He'll buy. He's green. Unlearned. So they go in every unlearned way. They go under and they are suitors for lies. They buy the lies, they buy the foolishness. And so I look for someone that I know is green. That's going to sympathize, going to go with my ways, and is going to share with the same emotional greenness that I. And you can lie to them because they love lies. They will believe the lies. That's just the fact of the matter. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's you. Fact of the matter. When Yah speaks, that's why I don't want him to speak to me. Yahshua spoke, and that's well enough. Not only is the world going to tremble. That's why these damn dogs say Yah spoke to them. They're liars when he speaks. There's no thunder like his voice. When he has to talk, there's nothing that sounds. I was reading so that I could be abreast of what was taking place, because yesterday I was sitting there, I got this alert. Tornado 5 minutes on the cell phone. I said, oh no. So I go to the Weather Channel, look. It was an alert for those in Missouri. Joplin, the state capital, it tore it to pieces. 20-mile swath. Tornadoes don't do that. At best, 1 mile. 20 miles. That's almost from here to Monroe. That wind. swath was 20 miles. The average tornado, quarter of a mile, if that. 20 miles. And the periphery, we would, if it hit a 20-mile swath in the center, 10 miles this way, 10 miles, no solar periphery. So Yah's not speaking to us. We have damned Yahshua. We have cursed him because I'm a king. Yahshua gives us decrees. Yes. We tell him to go to hell. Yahshua said, even your enemy loves your enemy. We tell him to go to hell. Yes. And that's a fact. It's a nation that loves the world more than it loves the people of God. You can tolerate every damn dog, every damn liar, your wicked mammy, your wicked grandmammy, all of your damn double twisted cousins, your violent faggot sons and daughters and whoremongers. You can't endure young brother and walk in the street and walk in the street. Yeah. Do all you can to help him. You are a twisted beast from hell. I mean what I say because I preach from this. Yeah. Let me read the front. I want to share something. He said, just turn and quit scattering your lies and your ways on the every green tree. Everybody is green and dumb. You want them to be drawn under your delusion of witchcraft. That's what you do, nation. For me to go to him and to speak violently against him, really? If I spoke to him that way, I don't care if I tell him, I don't care if I tell him, I don't care. That's where I am. Yes. I don't have nothing from a brother. True. I don't have to speak violent to him. Get some loud to say right there. Come on, brother. Yes. Let's get it done. Come on, my friend. Let's get that together. Come on, let's go. All right. Yeah. You and me, we got it. Come on, man. You scatter your ways. That's what a king does. His decrees are right, and when you come out of decree, everybody, and they're going to obey it, and they're going to concur with you. Yes. Yeah. It's a fact. True. Your ways will get you nothing but hell. True. You can think you're right all you want. Hallelujah. You think you're doing it right. The proof is in the pudding. There are millions that have gone into the depths of hell. That's another thing I'm going to touch on. I got the message already. Hell. False or real? Damn liars. Yeah. If there is no repercussion, the way I say damn every God, I could utilize the same term for y'all. What are we saved from? What are we saved from? This is a stupid world. Yes. Y'all said if you have not obeyed my voice, are we really obeying Yah's voice? You got a fourth king against another king. You go to that king and tell him. You tell the daughter. You tell the queen. That's what you're supposed to do. Yes. When you tell people, they tend to repent. Can I show an example, husband and wives? When you know you got some doubt, maybe you haven't done it right in the most proper order. When she tells you, she lets you know. And don't do it with tears, with repentance. That just breaks you. Men that can't be broken like that, they're not men. They're little boys, all right? They got some kind of emotional setback. They've been destroyed as a child. They watch their father, their mother, if they had them, and they watch their mother do things. They don't know how to replicate from that. The women too, same way. I will never say that my struggles in life, nobody knows or they're greater. Yeah. There are people that are totally suffering. They can't even take a bath. I was able to take a nice bath before I came over here. Yeah. And set my little plate out for dinner and say, this is what I want. I got some collard greens kale in there. I got me some rice, as Granny would say. Got me some egg salad in there. I got me some mushrooms. That's what I got. That's enough for me. You will not eat like I eat. Okay? You may fry fish at home, I don't. I'm just telling you. I really have never been an eater that absorbed a lot. I've never been that way. And because I'm fat and overweight, I don't eat a lot. I eat even more or less now than I did. I'm telling you.
True.
I don't eat much. I can have a little bit. I usually eat a bowl of food every day. I put my rice there, my collards, whatever you got there. I put it there. That's it. I may swing me some hot sauce. That's it. I'm done. And then if I got a little bit left in that old bowl and dried out on my desk, I'll eat that evening, family. And that's it. That's the way I am. I don't eat a lot. I've never been a big eater. She may have baked me a cake. I say, take half, take it back to the sister. You don't eat that more. Here, brother. That's the way I do it. Hallelujah. Yeah. Let me move quickly, all right? What is this assault? We don't realize that that's why we're sitting under every green tree. And there's a spirit that produced the 7 spirits that will battle the 7. We're working on next week. It produced that in you.
Yes.
Why? Because there is one opposition in the world. It is that which is against divine delight. I don't care how brown your skin, how black it is when you were born, how white it is, how tired it is. It doesn't make any damn difference at all. You're scattered as people to every realm.
Yes.
You twisted Hebrew Israelites. It's 2019 now. Why are they not talking about that?
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Why are they not preaching about that? Why?
Yes.
If I saw the train coming, 2019 is here. We're in Yah's year. They're going to stay away from it.
Hallelujah.
Because they know they're damnable liars.
Yes.
They're of their father, the damn devil Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yeah.
The damn devil Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Let me read this quickly. Is this a true statement or false? Quickly. Yochanan 15:1. Yohanan. Does it say this? I am the true vine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am the true ampulos. Ampulos. The word ampulos, even in the Greek, it means the two of us. I need you and you need me. I need you, ampulos. I am the true vine and my Abba is the husbandman. I need him and he needs me. I need him. I know I'm the true vine. And we're the branches of that true vine. The branches need the vine. You understand that? Yes. We need help. And then this is what the prophet Ezra, 3rd Ezra says. I wanted to clarify that, and this is what 3rd Ezra says. If that's the truth, 3rd Ezra 5:23 is the truth too. This is what he says concerning the trees and the vines, or the giffen. And said, oh, Yah that bears rule. Yah is the one that is the only mighty one. Yahshua is the king of all kings. So little king you is, Yahshua is the king of your king, king of you king, whether you acknowledge him or not. Miss Queen you think you are. Whomever you is, he is the king of even that queen. And said, Yah that bears rule of every wood of the earth. Now, is that pine and oak tree? Identifies us. Even as he identified those of Lebanon. How the trees, how resilient, how strong and powerful. That's what Tamar, the palm tree, the name meant she was a beautiful, erect one. And then he says this, and of all the trees thereof. So you tell me, he chose a pine tree over an oak tree? I like both of them because I like the pine, it burns hot and quick. I like the oak because it burns with duration. So,
Yes.
which one do I like? I like both of them. Which one? I'll put it this way, I like the trees. But there are many trees, but I like the trees. So is he identified trees as an oak or pine? He said, all the trees of the earth thereof, you have I chosen. You have bochir, have I elected. You, one, you're the only Geffen, you're the only one. He's talking to YisraYah'ale. You're the only one I've chosen. Of all the people of the earth, of all the people of the earth, you're the only one. It is amazing because I hear those that say, I'm from Africa. Well, if I say I'm from the United States, it means there's a collection, there's a unity of a body of states or territories that unite. I can say I'm from South Carolina. So everybody's from Africa, but yet it is not a union of countries. You got South Africa, you got Zimbabwe, you got Sudan, you got Nigeria, you got Gambia. You got all these countries there, but they will say I'm from South Africa. They will not say I'm from Madagascar. I'm from Upper Euphrates. They won't say that I'm from Ethiopia. Well, the Ethiopians will, but 99.9% of them say I'm from USA, from Africa. It doesn't make sense to me. Yah says you are the only one that is elected. There are countries and places whereby in one town or segment of a country on the continent of Africa, you may have 45 different people, tribes there. India has 17, listen, major languages. And you've got people that are in those languages. There is 1.1 billion people in India. There is 1 billion people in Pakistan. And you must understand the people from Pakistan, they migrated from India with the British rule. They broke them up. You take Pakistan, you got Indians for your Hindus. You got 17 major languages. 17. In the midst of all that, you got all of these tributary of tribes and people. And the language is different, their dialect is different, the touch of all the trees. I elected one vine.
Yes.
So if you destroy the vine, then there is no need of the branch at all. And so that's what you, as being a king, you allow the 7 spirits to battle against 7 Rachem Arian. That's what you do. And they win every time. And the reason why, because there is no great sincerity of your heart. Your heart with Yah has not been melted together as one. And that's the problem. Nobody's your problem but you. If you declare someone else you're wicked, evil, sadistic life. I don't care if it's you, your mammy, your grandmammy, or my mammy. It makes no difference. None whatsoever at all. The man did the roads yesterday. He used to come do our roads all the time. He would do them free. You pull it here, do them. And so when your washer dog told me, I didn't know the man was gone. We're going to call him anyway. He will come and do our roads free. I would have him, no, I would. And his neck just is red as an apple. All those years he showed us kindness. And I say maybe people have that sense, you know, they're getting old. We were talking to him some 79, he looks horrible. He really does. But I want you to contact him. You know I was going to tell you that, all right? Let me move quickly. Let's go back to Bereshit. This is what we do. We think we can hide. Genesis Bereshit 38. And this is Stama, the one that was this regal pine, this regal palm. And that's what we all think we are. We're regal. We're strong. But let me show you how deceived Yahudah and how we deceive ourselves. Let me read this quickly. Genesis chapter 38, and then I will drop down to 24. You can fill in the details in between there. But I want to show you, because there was a process that Yah commanded. The first one, if he dies, the son next. And there was one of his sons that was violent. He said, I don't want that Jezebel. Yah killed him. Listen to what happened. It says in Genesis 38:15, and because of Yahudah, this is us. When Yahudah saw this harlot, he thought her the harlot. He thought she was a whore. She dressed in the attire because his mind was bathed in harlotry, and he was bewitched and he was full of witchcraft. So he was looking for that same spirit that was in him. And listen to me, nation. When people come to you, they have the same spirit. They know you're the same gender. He thought she was a whore. He was the one committing whoremonger. He was a whoremonger. And it said because she, again now, she kasa. She covered. It says that.
Yeah.
She covered. And they covered themselves under the tree. And you cover yourself under that tree of your own wickedness and your corruption. Under the tree of Nahash. She concealed her face. He didn't know who she was. And that's what you do.
Yes.
That's what you do under the covering of your evil, wicked flesh.
Yes.
We conceal what love is. We conceal what honesty is. We conceal what care. You can't love me if you lie to me.
Yes.
You can't love no one if you lie to them. And you know you're lying.
Yeah.
You fabricate, you inject. You don't inject nothing. There's nothing needed to be added here. There's nothing needed to be taken away. Nothing.
Yeah.
And so when you fabricate, when you lie, you know that you hide under the tree of Nachash.
Yeah.
It's sadistic, it's evil, and it tells the creator of all to go to hell.
Yeah.
You may not say it in that term. Are you saying that to y'all? No. I will never say that. Directly or even indirectly. I'm making the knowledge of what people, letting you see how they talk to y'all.
Yes.
It's not because I said that. It's the old saying, the old proverb was actions speaks louder than words. I don't know if they use that today, but in my day, we use it.
Yes.
Your actions will talk for you and speak for you greater than your words. That's why a man always held true to his bond. His words meant something to him. They meant something to them. Today, words are not worth a hill of beans or pile of turkey doodle.
Yes.
I'm talking about the kind across the road. That's where I need to take them.
Yes.
10 truckloads long is a lot of turkey doodle. It means nothing, nation.
Yes.
It means nothing. Words have nothing. She can tell me all day I love you, and her actions, if I say something, she get all
Yes.
crazy and fruity.
Yes.
She say something to me, I get fruity and nutty.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not me said I love her. That doesn't mean I say it this way emphatically. It doesn't mean a damn thing. It's my actions.
Yes.
It's my deeds. You can pretend all you want to, but I love ya. You liar.
Yeah.
It's the actions. It's the things you do, my friends.
Yes.
That's what means something to Yah. What we do and how we do it. Drop quickly down as she covered her face. She concealed. And that's what Nahash does. It covers your lies. It covers the realness of you.
Yes, sir.
You can't say I'm real.
True.
Look what it says in the 24th verse. I'm not preaching to those that don't know Yah. I want us that say we love Yah to realize the trouble and the condition we're in, that if we just repent, change our wicked ways. It says in Bereshit 38:24, and it came to pass, I want us to hear this carefully, and it came to pass, I will show you how self-righteous we are, what kind of dogs we is. Dogs. We are a kind of puke. Show you, we're just like him. Look what happened. Look what happened. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told to Yehuda, saying, Tamar, your daughter-in-law has played the harlot. She has committed idolatry. She's an idolatrous witch. She has played the role of a whore. And also, behold, behold, she is with child of Zonun. She is with a child that is produced by Horam, a cursed child. It's not a child that is blessed. It's a child that unfaithfulness will be birthed in that child, Zonun. That's why, brothers and sisters, come on, you have to be careful what you do these days. You examine all things thoroughly. You just don't move because your flesh moves. Yeah. And this is what the righteous man Yahudah said. This is what the righteous man said. Bring her forth and let her be Shoraf. Let the whole be set on fire. Yes. He was wrong, but the Torah was right. You see, he said, I know what the book says. Bring that dirty whore forward. You all know the story. Yes. You know how when she was confronted, she showed all of that which her patron had gave her. And let me read the rest of the story. Yeah. Verse 25. And when she brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man who these are, I carry his child. And she said, discern, examine, no. Discern, I beg of you, whose are these? The signet, the bracelet, and the staff, the three things. The things that unify. The Ruach Of Yahweh, the name of his son, Yahshua, and Almighty God. She said, tell me who they are. Hold on for a minute. Let's go to Devarim, because I didn't finish that one. Yahudah said, bring forth this cow and let her be buried. Let's go to Devarim. Just hold your finger right there in Bereshit. We'll go to Deuteronomy, Devarim 32, verse 23. I want to show you the fire beyond. He said, set this whore on Saraf. That Saraf is saying, douse her and let her burn. Well, the Torah says in Devarim 32, 22, it says a fire and ash. It is kindled in my anger. See, he had a righteous anger. No, yeah, he did. Yah says a fire is kindled in my anger, and it shall burn to the lowest hell. How low can it go? Yes, Yah says the anger of my fire is going to burn to the lowest hell, and it shall consume the earth with her increase. You're not going to grow. You're not going to prosper. You're not going to increase. It says, and this is a fire that sets on fire the fountains of the mountains. That's a fire. And they had gone up into every high mountain. Is that what the book says? Yes. And they played the role of a Zanah. Yes. They committed Zonun. They were unfaithful. They committed witchcraft. And we allowed that in our mind. The world doesn't love you. And everything the world injects in you, it's going to commit witchcraft. Yes. And to have disdain for Yah, nation. It doesn't care for you. You don't inspire the world. We should not. We should inspire and be the inspiration of one another. As mothers should inspire sons and fathers.
Yeah.
I said to him the other day, I was laying blocks, cutting blocks, and that dust that flew from there. I said, no, I'm cut them all in one time. That ain't no easy work time. That dust flying everywhere is in your nostrils and hair and everything. You got to take a complete. That's why I said, give me 10 minutes. You can't operate after that. So I wait for last to cut them all, son. Just measure them out, cut them all, put them in place. You can't walk around all day with that on you. You just cannot. And so I said to her, you know, the supplies for Shabbat, we need to go get them. And I said to her, take all the daughters. And take Dawid too. You want to take, she said, no. I said, take all the young daughters with you. That's why you're with. Believe me, they were ready to go. She gets back, you know what she tells me? You all got your belts ready for them? You know what she tells me? You don't look at me like that. I'll take my belt off. These are her words to me. You don't get by. You can hide, but you can't hide. She says, Ruach, I really enjoy the young daughters that we had. That's right, hallelujah. She said, we had such a beautiful time. She said, I really enjoyed them. I said, even Vivi, the wee. She said, I enjoyed them. No, I will bust you in your chest. That's how I greet him. One to his chest. You know, the old folks would say, the old ones, that boy got a big barrel chest. They would say that. That's what they would say about me. That boy got a barrel chest. Look at that boy's chest. So I bust him in his chest every time I see him. That gave me more gladness of heart than anything. She said, I really enjoyed that. So you all wash some dishes when you're supposed to. She said, I really enjoyed that fellowship. And when you learn how to entreat, you'll enjoy. You can enjoy. You can enjoy the little one. I enjoy them all the time. You can enjoy everyone.
Yeah.
You treat them like they're your children. You love them. I wouldn't do one of them wrong. I will bust not one of them in the nose, but him. And I will fight. And he thinks he's tough. They were standing there the other day, and I'm looking at him, and he's not moving right there in my office. Something I asked him, and he's looking at me, just looking. So she walks up beside him, and she stands with him. She said he hasn't blinked. And said he has blinked so much he's like a stoplight. That's all he's done. But can I tell you something, nation? Even with that child, he said to me, I love you so much, Poppy. You're sweet. That's what he's telling me. And doesn't let you off the hook, son. That's what he tells me with his eyes. And he somewhat wants to laugh, but he can't. You enjoy the little young daughters like that. What a great blessing. She should. She should. We should enjoy one another. Sons and daughters. She should. I could have said you and Zochim. No. I want them to go with the mother. That's why. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It says here in Bereshit 38:25, 36:26. This is important one here. Yahuwah acknowledged them. He knew they were his. You must acknowledge your sins. How do I know that? Because in this reading here, nation, we as a nation of his elect. Let me go back to that. Just hold that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Ah, yes. I got it. Don't worry about it. That's it. You get me? Hallelujah. I read in Jeremiah 3:13. Only acknowledge your ways. You must acknowledge your iniquity. Don't acknowledge mine. Because I must acknowledge mine. You acknowledging mine is not going to help me. Only acknowledge your ways. Say, I'm wrong. Because we have that king spirit. We're not going to say we're wrong. We're not going to say that. It says in Bereshit 38:26, and Yahuwah acknowledged them. He said, they're mine. I'm the dog. And said, this is what he said, she has been more righteous than I. A whore, Rahab. He said, nobody but that whore in the house. To let us know that we have been birthed by a whore, by the spirit of a whore. Yet he has still, he shows us his kindness, his raham, how much he loves us, and we better show, if there's a hell, better show one another the same kind of tenacity of the same spirit. We better do that. Woe unto us all. I don't give a damn who you are. He said, I did you that way. And when Yahuwah realized she was more righteous, I did the wrong. It wasn't her. I did not obey you. Allowed the witchcraft spirit. That's why he went to Haram. That's why he looked for a harlot. That's why he looked for a green tree. He gonna look and say, she ain't got no experience. I can tell, I can look at her body. She's like a dirty old man today, a dirty old dog. That's what they're, dirty old dogs. Yes. These dogs, I didn't take in 2 or 3 women, saying they're his wives. They're damn dogs. From your bishops to your leaders, all of them, they're dirty damn dogs. Yes. They're dogs. Y'all has not put away his wife. There have been times he wanted to divorce us. He has not divorced us. Yeah. Not at all. He has not. Yeah. He says she has been more righteous than I. You know, Mr. King, Miss Queen, you're more righteous than anyone. And when you get your heart right, you will say that he was more righteous than me. Yes. I can't do a brother wrong. I can't do nobody wrong. Yeah. I'm going to find some way to men make it up. Yeah. Bring me. I am. Yeah. I can't do a brother wrong. Yeah. He might get loud, talk loud. Yes. Who he is. Yeah. Come and let's get rocking. And I'll lead the way rocking. Yeah. When I leave you in great condition. You go on and finish this thing out. Yeah. That's fact. Yeah. She was more righteous than I. You're consumed with your self-righteousness, Mr. King. These are the 7 spirits that war against the 7. The 7 verse the 7. Get your whole family there for that one next week, all right? The 7 verse the 7. And the second 7, I put them in lowercase. The first 7 I cap. Make them scream at you. How about that internet handwriting? I know how to write like that. I just don't spell the U with the U. I spell U with YOU. And I try to be very punctual in my punctuation. That's what I try to do when I write. All right? She has been more righteous than I. Why? Because I gave her not Shelah. I gave her not Shelah because he refused to marry her. She was more righteous than my son, and he knew her again no more. He never touched her. He never disrespected her. He never did. But he realized that I was wrong.
Yes.
And the spirit of that harlotry of Nahash, and that's what Nahash does. It births the spirit of whoredom, because whoredom is the spirit of birth of that seven, which are against Almighty Yah.
Yes.
You must understand this. When you begin to commit Zolun, you become unfaithful. You're not faithful to no damn one.
True.
To children, to husband, to wife, friends, you're not faithful. And those that you, as they would do, think are your friends, and you call them your friends, you're not even faithful with them. And that's just a fact.
Hallelujah.
There's nothing like a faithful man. There's nothing like a faithful daughter.
Yeah.
When I think about my friend here, you almost understand. He was here before any of you all. He was. And the man has been faithful. It frightens me. It frightens me.
Yeah.
How humble he is. I ask him, he's been here too long. What about this? I will still knock him out.
Yeah.
Ain't not gonna fight. I knock him out with my love.
Yeah.
Now I'll say to him, what about this? Is that all right? And the battles he had to go through here, and stayed the course. You think? I do totally.
Yeah.
Lived right there in the camp. Worked as a sanitation worker, come home every day. And throw down like a machine.
Yeah.
You think that I was sitting around watching YouTube and sitting on my ass? And then when he would come in, I'm thrown down with him. That's a fact.
Yeah.
We didn't have those old songs y'all have. We had those McCullers. See it. And we rock. You understand? That's nothing like the faithfulness of a brother or sister.
Yeah.
Parents love unconditionally. They love their children when they're dogs. The mother know her son killed that man, but she still want to protect him. If she can find just one little small way to protect him, she will. So Yah is going to protect his elect. He's going to protect the vine. He's going to dig around it. He's going to put the dung there. Yeah, he's going to put the dung there. He's going to put the stinkiest up there. What? He's going to show you how stinky I got. That's what he's going to do. He's going to reveal the stunkness of me. I know these words are bona fide. You all better get these words, stunkness. That right there is a new one there. That right there, just go pattern it like Jordan did 3P, Trey P. He should have kicked that one Trey instead of 3P, Trey. The stunkness.
Yeah.
Come on, nation. We're not dealing with some kind of fabricated lie that these liars are purporting. You're not coming up from under no nuclear attack. You are a jackass of a fool if you believe that. You are as stupid as they come. There's not a nation on the earth that do not have the ability to create atomic bombs, nuclear. And the fusion of that is so devastating. It makes the air hot, the water boils. You are stupid. They were afraid that the ionics of that nuclear atomic bomb would destroy the atmosphere. Because there's one thing about the nuclear, the uranium, and when it's used up, you can't dispose of it. That's life for thousands of years. And it's still just as deadly and poison. How you fools are going to dig a bunker, fool? How are you going to store up food, fool? You are a fool. If you believe the lies, you're saving up and storing up for that. They are fools. Let's get real. Let's be honest with them. You're not going to find a bunker. You're going to go bunker crazy as a wild man. You see how stupid we are? We buy, you go to evergreen tree. You see, I'll tell you the truth. I'm one of those verdants. The leaves don't fall. Those say the leaf don't, it doesn't fall far from the tree. See my leaves, you know, they don't fall. Just get seasoned and older. It's crazy. I got a teaching on that for 2019. Where is Iran going to get a nuclear bomb at this time? It's not just having the material to make it. You got to be able to put it up in the air and drop it. Intercontinental missile. You understand what that intercontinental? That means go from one continent to the other one. Go from that continent to that. Go from that one to that one. One drops here, it destroys the poisonous of the uranium. It destroys the soil, the crop. It goes down to the deepest of the water level. It just keeps going. It doesn't dissipate. What are you going to drink, fool? I want that fountain, that mahu. I want to drink from that. I want the living water. That's what we better learn how to drink from. I don't have to have fat back and chitlins. A steak. I want to eat that same yachim manna that they ate when he brought them out. Yahshua HaMashiach. He will sustain me in life, in death, in sickness, in running and pining away. You see, they tell you that because they want you to be sensationalized with stories. Y'all get it together. How many jugs of water you gonna have? You in New York? I saw this man years back. He was in New York. He had a house almost barricaded. He was a police officer or a fireman or something. Led all that. What are you gonna do when you get claustrophobia? You got to go out. He had water and everything. Mister, it is one thing. I will eat more laying around doing nothing than I am when I go out and work. That's just a fact of the matter. That little bit of food, you think that that's not going to be penetrable, this is how stupid we have become. Because we're not being led by Ruach. We're led by lies, and we're on the evergreen tree, and those that are green are teaching us. That's a fact. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I want to show something quickly. This is found in Sirach. This is important here. This is what we cannot do, nation. You cannot give yourself unto zana, unto the harlotry spirit, because it will bring about an idolatrous type of God worship in you. You become supreme, you become the pinnacle of everything. You become the God, and whatever you think and whatever you know, it is supreme above all. But this is what the master of the teacher there in Yerushalayim, Sirach 9:6 says, do not give yourself to a zana, one that is unfaithful to a harlot, one that cares nothing about Yah, one that commits idolatry, lest you lose your inheritance. We have an inheritance in Yahshua, and you're going to lose it by giving it unto a harlot. That spirit of Nahaj, that overpowered Agom, one that Yah spoke to, one that Yah taught to, and he became unfaithful. One that walked in the lusciousness of Yah, not trees and apples to pick, but in the lushness of his knowledge, that his knowledge grew and his mind expanded beyond what, it's amazing what he knew. He could tell you this trash that you think is intellectual properties. He could tell you about that back then. He had the mind. He had the mind. He had the mind. And Yah trusted that mind in that flesh, just like the mind of Yahshua. He trusted it in that flesh, and it sinned not. And it combated Nahash in every kind of evil thing. Well, we have the Yeshua.
Yes.
Well, this community is named that. In Yahshua, no other place. We have victory in Him, through Him. I don't care what the years is, what's the battle. We have victory in that. Do not give yourself to a harlot, lest you lose the wealth that Yah has for you. I will show us the rule of a harlot's mind. Can I show us that? Yeah. I will show us the rule how we operate against Yah. What you do unto your brother, your sister, you do that unto Almighty Yah. I'm telling you that. And we're so consumed with our trivial ways and our sins and our ignorance of our damnable, sinful ways. We blame everything. I blame nobody for nothing. Ain't a damn thing the white man can do to me. I say it like that. Yeah, I'm going to use the word damn. Nothing. I have him given to me. I make him. I know how to. Believe me, I know how to. I know how to. Yes, sir. Can I read this from the book? Well, you got paper up there, but it's still from the book, all right? Okay. Let me read this. I want to show you the rule of this idolatrous harlot spirit. Can I read it? And you always say, oh my, let me read it. And I'll tell you where I found it. Yah gives a command. YHWH, he says, those that are the Amalek, kill them all. Don't take nothing. I don't want their sheep. I don't want nothing from them. There are people, I will not take their offerings. I don't take them. I don't take their offerings. I don't. And those I've sent offerings back. There's a person I know, I've sent his offering back. I know he's listening. But of all the people I've met, he has proven, even though he'll get mad at me, he has proven himself that he has a love for me. He really does. He really does. And I would answer his emails and nothing. Get away from me. But he has proven with a consistency. I know you're there. They don't know who you are, but I do. This person has proved over these years, many years too. I bless you, my friend. Come one day, we're going to sit down and eat together. Can I read this? So Yah says, come along. You got to kill everything about you. You must destroy. You must impale yourself. You must kill you. You will try to kill me, or I will try to kill you. But I need to kill me. Look what the Nobi says here. He says for Mary, for rebellion. I'll take it where it's at. First YHWH, 1 Samuel 15:23. 1 Samuel 15:23. 1 Samuel 15:23. He says for rebellion, when you become Mary, you know what rebellion is? Can I show you? There's nothing like a stiff-necked person. When you literally stiffen your neck, you become so full of arrogance and pride. That's evil. That's evil. That's evil. And I'm talking to every one of us.
Yahweh.
That's evil. And you know when you're stiff, man. They will stiffen up. You mothers that raise youngers, you knew when your child got stiff neck? All right. For the rebellion is as the sin of Kesed, witchcraft. Just your rebelliousness creates that bewitching of you begins here. And everyone you touch, everything you touch, that curse upon you, they'll overtake your life. I don't give a damn who you are. It's as a sin of witchcraft. And there is nothing like stubbornness. What is stubbornness? When you're arrogant.
Yes.
You're presumptuous. You are right. He's wrong.
Yeah.
I did it right. You did it wrong. When she's wrong and you're right. And you do it with an air. You want everybody to know it. That's evil.
Yes. Yeah.
That's Nachash at his pinnacle, at his height.
Yeah.
I see people unsubscribe from us. I don't blame them. But I wouldn't unsubscribe to this man.
Yeah.
I like it. I like what he brings out.
Yeah.
He says, is as witchcraft, and stubbornness is as ovon as iniquity. Not only when you commit iniquity, it is also like derafim. It is like idolatry. That you use your bed, your house, your mind as a shrine unto you. And the only one you lift up is you. The only one that's right is me. The only one that has any ability is me. The only one that doesn't is me. That's what derafim is. You have built not your damn house. Are we the bed of Yahweh? Yes. You take this house. You don't exude Yah. You don't lift up Yahshua. You have built this terafim. You have built an idol of idolatry because it's me. No, it's all about him.
Yeah.
Let me be damned in the hell, and let his name be exalted and lifted above the pinnacle of the heavens.
Yeah.
Damn me. Let me be damned. You see that? This is how all this comes about. Because you have ma'as. You have rejected. You said to hell with the Most High. You have refused the 7 against the 7. I can't do that in one teaching. It's going to take maybe 2 or 3. All right?
Yes.
The 7 spirits, the 7 Ruach of Yahweh against the 7 spirits that make it abomination. How about that?
Yeah.
And it all will come from the book. Am I coming from the book?
Yes.
I'm not reading your theses of any man, am I not? Everything's on the book.
Yeah.
He says, because you have rejected, you have contempt, you have disdain, you have hatred, you ridicule, you despise it. We don't think that we operate in that kind of spirit. So we do. Because you have rejected the word of Almighty Yahweh, the Dabarim, the promises, the speech of God. Because you have rejected that, he is also Ma'as. He has rejected you from being king. See, you think you're king. He was a king.
Yeah.
God says you're no more king. And because we operate that way, he has made us to be kings and priests, to set in high places, to create diction by Torah. And because we reject him, we will never have no honor or love. We will never have that. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I don't care how you try to amass that. You will never. Because you have rejected him, he has rejected us. This is what we always do. This is what King said, but Yah rejected him.
Yeah.
Verse 24, and Shaul said to Shamuel, I have sinned, and I have transgressed Abba, the commandments of your word. That's all that matters. But then he put something else there. Because. Well, I treat them like that because they treat me like that. You don't treat me like that, why think you treat me that, but treat you like that? Because I feared the people and obeyed their voice. Damn the people. I'm not obeying no people's voice that speak against this.
Yes.
You see, that's how we do this. That's what Nahaj says. How do I know? Because from the better sheet, the man says, the woman, she made me do it. It was she. No, I can't. My issue cannot make me hit in the eye. She can't make me do that. There's nothing she can say, nothing she can say. Shut your mouth. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. You got to go out and walk. I've never had to contend with her. You got to think you're strong now. Leave me alone. I'll do some studying. And when you get back, when I'm finished scouring you, there will be tears. You're not going to talk to me. Oh, she doesn't do that with me. Being honest. Talk so I can hear you.
Yes.
Are you the big bull in the house? Absolutely. I'm the only one that breaks the chinaware in that house.
Yeah.
She ain't breaking nothing. I'm the one that breaks the chinaware. I will. That says to God King all the time, it's going to take more than what I can produce to give us for the battle that's ahead. So I must pour out every essence of Yahshua HaMashiach.
Hallelujah.
When someone is angry, they're going to say all kinds of things. And Yah's angry with us every day.
Hallelujah.
He's angry with us because we reject His truth. It is the mind of the 7 kings that we hide, conceal, chasa. We conceal ourselves thinking that we are such Puritans and we're nothing but damn dirty, evil, devils, liars. That's all we is. You all can be around me doors because I tell one when they're lying, I know that's a fat out lie. I said, you said that to somewhat circumvent to all the things. Just tell me the truth. I don't care how wrong you are, but don't lie to me because I won't lie to you. I will not lie to a brother. I've lied to no brother around here. I've lied to no sister. I don't talk to you sisters. I've lied to no brother. I may have been misinformed about a matter and said, oh, no, but I don't lie to circumvent, to deceive. No, brother. I don't even do that to wicked people. That's a fact. Hallelujah. The people that you gave me, that they caused me to do that. Let me tell you something. Even a whore, a zana, can be delivered. Can I read this quickly? It says here in Hebrews, this ties in with what I just read with you. And I don't feel what no man can do to me. Nothing. Shaul writes here in Hebrews 11:31, by Imunah, he calls her a burni. And the word harlotry or zona or burni, it is a figurative, it is a metaphor of the seat of the kingdom and the ruling power of Rome and Babel. And when Babel was brought into existence, there was confusion. He confused the language and he scattered them. Babylon is everywhere. Fola, Not only is it in America, it's in every country in Africa, it's in every province of Afghanistan, every state. In India, it's in Russia, it's everywhere. It's in the islands of the sea, it's in Puerto Rico, it's in Cuba, it's everywhere. That is such a stupid thesis.
Yes.
I got some numbers I will show us. Yah promised Abraham 1,000 times 4 million. 4 billion, isn't it? That's what it is. I do math at least that well. I can do the simple arithmetic. And he scattered his people, the errors to the four corners. Did you all ever find those seeds that are scattered in here? You vacuumed them up? You found them? You'll never found them. You can know they all were of the same family, the Baraska. That's broccoli. I had different kinds of broccoli, cabbages, cauliflowers, all those are the same family. That's scattered here. You couldn't tell me the difference between a broccoli seed and a ruby red cabbage. You didn't know the difference between a ruby red cabbage seed or a gypsy broccoli seed. They don't know. And the only way you're going to know the nation is about the Ruach that they bear with, because what are the same living substance of you of Hamashiach that we're here. That's how we're going to know the nation about the Ruach. Those that call themselves Hebrew Israelites, they do everything. They're worse than what I did in the world. They get drunk. They lay with the daughters. There are those that got theses that you're going to be able to rape. It's no different than the Muslims. They say these Muslims say they're going to get 10 virgins. Virgins, Bethula, when they go into their kingdom. But that's what a lot of these groups believe too. GMS said, we're going to have virgins. You are a stupid jackass. Yes. If you're living to get a virgin. Yeah. And that's stupid, isn't it? Yeah. But that's what they teach. If I was a man, now I am a man, looking away, I would not want a virgin. I want to see his daughters. I want someone that can talk to me. Yes. You understand? But I want a virgin. Ah, that's so silly. That's child play. That is so immature. That's real. That's how people talk. Oh. That is so immature for a man my age, thinking that that's the logic of this truth, that I'm doing all this so I can get some virgins to share an experience with them. That is so stupid. That ain't acidine and crazy as a pile of dog shit. Or ain't nothing crazy. You'll be surprised what's on the internet out there, how they talk about, you can have them with that 12. Who's 12 in here? How old are you? No, you. How old? She's 13 years old. How old are you? Yeah, I'm talking to you. How old are you? 11. And that's not evil to think like that. Yes. She's like a little child to me. I know she's a young woman. She's a child to me. She's like a little baby to me. She coming off his puppy. I don't care what I'm drinking. Can I taste that? Can I have some? She'll come in bodacious and jump on my desk, come over. She takes it. He comes in and says, I'm going to tell nothing. You know, mama said don't pay. They don't have to pay. Don't even have to ask. She comes in, sets order. Put it back. You want something? No, I don't want it. Well, I'll take a look. That's how it goes. I'm going to tell none of you got puppies, but he's digging. Give me some, Dawid. Puppy, she's taking it all up. But that's him. she comes in, bulldozing. 12 years old. That's so sad that there's a concept. Even if it was there, I wouldn't teach it. Because it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. You got to be a sick creature if that's one of the tenets of your thesis. Makes you feel nice. You child of hell, go to hell. That's where you go, all right? So by Imunah, Hebrews 11:31, by Imunah, by Pornia, Reha perish not, with them that what? Believe not. We must believe. And we must believe that he is a rewarder of them that diligently, with energy, with effort, to seek him, to reveal the sins and the corruptions of my heart. We're not going in nasty the way we are. We need that bath. We need to be bathed. We need to be cleansed, YisraYah'ale. She perished not with them that believe not. When she had received the spies, she received them with shalom. That's how you receive a brother and sister. Shalom. You just receive each other that way. That's how you do it. I don't care how you feel. You receive them with shalom. Shalom, YisraYah'ale. That's how you receive him. He doesn't bother me when everybody's speaking. Shalom, Poppy, shalom. I don't say nothing that I may close with one. I like to hear you do that. I like to hear you. Poppy, you got your walk here on you. Shalom, Yosipian. Shalom, Daddy. He got his preaching line that he pulls every day. And they do it every time. I don't care how many times you come and go. That's beautiful. Let that stay in them, y'all. I don't care if mama switch that butt, they will still do that. They still want to do that. You're grown adults. Shalom, everyone. And everyone responds. That's the way it should be. Why I don't move in on that? Because I don't want to. I want you all to. I want you to keep featured. Why when she says, when much of how you say, I didn't even respond. I know what I'm doing. You all don't be silly. I know it's more than that, Ahaba. Much love. Come on. I can't be a happy man that I am if it wasn't that. That's fact. Go on, girl. I don't want our babies to stop that. Nobody's going to handle that. Some of y'all can be cold as hell. You don't have to. But I can hold it. Bless you. You do that with everyone. Let me move quickly. I gotta move. We gotta move quickly here to Manasseh, Acts 17. Acts. I want to read this quickly. I want to show us something quickly. Acts, the spirit of harlotry, how it's produced, and the idolatry, the mother of every kind of whoredom spirit. Acts 17. Verse 16. Now while Shaul waited for them, he was waiting for Timotheus and Silas. He was waiting there in Athens for them. At Athens. His Ruach was stirred in him. He was so overtaken. Do you hear that? I want to examine each one of these words. When he saw, when he looked, when he beheld, when he saw the city, the whole past wholly given to idolatry. Chate doulos. The whole city was full of idols and every kind of evil deed. The whole city was fully given over to that. We remind that we are a city. If the salt lose its flavoring, it is tough for nothing. It is to be cast out, trod on the foots. That we are a city that sit upon the hill of Yahweh. We don't have to go searching the mountains for the spirit of harlotry. He has placed us in a high place. We are a city that sits above the cities. We are a nation of people that sits above, and we will be here. You're not a nation of people because your skin color, you're brown as me or blacker than me. Your parents came over here under the diasporas. The power of your lineage, your father produced. There's nowhere in hell you're going to find anyone in Cuba, because those that are light skinned and white color, they came from a white pappy.
Yes.
Those out in Brazil, they came from a white pappy. And there ain't no black man or no man that came from those from Mexico, came from a black pappy. How you want to include them to be a part of what you call the Hebrew Israelites? The liars. He scattered. He used the word puts.
Yes.
He scattered them to the four corners of the wind.
Yes.
And even the wind dispersed them. What is that wind? That wind is the Ruach of the Spirit. It's just not just a natural wind, although it is. It means the winds of their mouths. Their brothers get mad at each other and they turn away and they go north. This one goes south. Families do that, don't they? Yeah. Families do that, don't they? So how in the creation of hell can someone who looks white and as white as white, that didn't start by no man looking like me or him? That genetic disposition began from the first one.
Hallelujah.
Believe me, those Spaniards, their women were not lamb, but big old black men you call Hebrews. It is a stupid thesis. He scattered them. 4 billion. I got the population of every little hamlet, what you call a nation, the Isles of the Sea, of every country. Even those that are the British Commonwealth. Because those that are the Islamic, they took those same people that they call the Hebrew Israelites, they took them on the northern route. They took them on the northern route. They went down, around the Horn. They went in Australia and all those places. That's why you got, they would tell you that the Aborigines, there were those that they would, during the time of slavery, there was a group of men, there was a tribe called the Kuramanti. They were bad. And what we see, the Chinese and the karate and all of this stuff, they were bad at them. A dollar bill. They were sharpen the teeth like diamonds. And it was one thing on those ships. When one of those were identified, they would kill him dead. They didn't care because they knew there's insurrection. They had that mentality that they could break chains and all of that. And when one of them boys, they were jiu-jitsu and judo before, get out of here. Who is that famous genetic from China? He said, I have one agenda. I want to find that. To prove that the Chinese are from a race of people different than our own. He did it for 5 years. Every kind of genetic genotype. And he made a worldwide announcement that my heritage and my people in China is from that piece of land that you call Africa, Sub-Sahara. That's just so crazy if people look like me complaining with those that were Africans, that's what we would say. And they just had tribal warfare with those that were Hebrews. And they speak them out. That's stupid as they come. What about the one that was of the Ndrubi tribe? And the one that was of the Shabbat tribe? He was so too. It is so stupid. I'm talking to you ignorant elites of what you call yourself Hebrew Israelites. They love green trees. They don't want a man that's real. You show me how real you are, really, you come here, work with me about a week. And if you're not so after that week, then we can talk. Can I proceed?
Yeah.
You might as well love me.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Yeah.
And so they were there waiting, and he saw this whole place given over to idolatry. Verse 17. Look at what he did. Now see, people would get perturbed with me when I say I would debate. Even among you, you would say, well, we're not supposed to debate. It's stupid. You're ignorant, you're unlearned. I got a teaching over there in my house I put together 10 years ago. I can show it to you. On debating, disputing, how. It's older than that. I've never taught it because I didn't believe it was necessary for us in here. There are things that are, everything is important. But this is what he says here. Therefore, he did dispute. Does it say that?
Yes.
To engage in argument vehemently, to debate vehemently. The matter of fact, the word is dialegomai, in the Greek. Dialegomai. It is to engage in vehement arguments, to debate, to quarrel. He in the synagogue, where did he go? In the synagogue.
Yes.
He debated them in the house.
Yes.
In the synagogue with who? The Yahudim and with the devout person. He dug into their buttocks. Those that were the brain trust and those that understood, could analyze the Torah. That's who he debated with. So I would debate their scholars. Listen, I would debate your scholars on the mechanic cycle, the time of the seasons, on your New Year's as well, Jews. How many New Years do you have? And I will debate from your scholarship because all my knowledge comes from that which support it all. Yeah. I don't want no knowledge that is opposed to them. I go to their colleges. I go to the Jewish libraries. There are those of you that may be listening. You go get one little sentence or something, and you think you can handle me? You will go to hell, man. Little boy, girl, you can't handle me. You can handle me in your expertise, Emma. But that's wonderful. But when you get out and work in the field, I work as hard as you.
Yeah.
I'll throw it down like you. I can work as hard as you. I don't care if you're 22 or 52. I work as hard as you. You want to outwork me?
Yeah.
You want to endure the sound longer than me? That's a fact. That's a fact. And then you are going to confront me. You are new to this. Many are new. Something I put together 10 years ago. 15. You're going to debate me? You can do it with others. I don't give a damn if you send 10 others here a month, every month, or 20. It makes me no different. I cannot be bought. And nobody can buy me. And money doesn't change. And you all that send over the years, I appreciate everything. I'll use every dime. Everything I got on today, my wife made, from this jacket to my slacks and all. She didn't make the shoes. I always said it was one of the things she could make shoes, but I should be able to make shoes. I will put you through that.
Yeah.
Make your hands all rough and all that. That's what it says. With all of their elitists. And with them, he said, look how often he debated with them. Yahudim and the doubtful person in the market, he did it what? Daily. Daily. He didn't just, no, he said, no, buddy. Because people will go back and get a little something and think they got something to arouse. And he did that with them daily. And with them, that met with him. He did it daily. He didn't do it once in a while. He's going to prove to you, give it over unto idolatry. You're wicked, the whole city. And that's what we are as a nation, as a people collectively. We've given over unto idolatry. You got your way, I got mine. You do things your way. You're right on your way. You're right on your account. I got my way. You got your way. I do it like this. I do it like that. They do it on that. I do it. That's wrong. That's idolatry. There's only one way. There's only one truth. There's only one knowledge. And we must all come together on that. There's only one judgment. It began swear. It doesn't begin with me judging you or you. It doesn't begin with me judging you. It begins with me judging me. It begins with me cleansing me. It begins with me judging myself and making sure that I'm right. There's nothing that no one can say to me and judge me to make me like no, that little boy. I've had them in the years when we started here 24 years ago rise up against me. I'm still here. I thought about you few brothers that are stayed the test in the court. I say, young,
Hallelujah.
these are the warriors of Dawid.
Hallelujah.
These are the queen that fought the battles of Yahweh. I'm not disappointed. I'm not sad. I'm not miserable. I'm not upset. I'm not in despair because there's not a large crowd. I'm not. I rode around here this morning. I said, I know where every pothole is. I just wanted to make sure. I got the stuff to fix them. I said, what day got here? It's going to be 95 degrees tomorrow. I said, no, I got to finish up all tomorrow. I'm not fixing the potholes. But I'll get the potholes fixed. Because I know the job. I said, when they finish that, I got to put him over there. I said, oh, they're going to give me 30 minutes every morning to get it done. Ah, you got you, him, and your friend back there in the back. And him as well. Don't take it long. He disputed with them. So I would debate you. But I say to you, if you all don't want to debate me, don't come with 1 or 2 verses. You don't come with that. I don't mind you having assistance from those that have a greater avenue of knowledge. But you must be thorough with that knowledge. Just don't come reading. I will be thorough. I don't care what you. But I said to the Akim, to my friend, during the whole winter, I'm going to teach on the mechanic. I'm going to teach on the lies of these Jews. And all these, they call themselves Hebrews, like they follow the lies of the Jews. They follow these Jewish lies. And all of this is in their atonement and their, all of this. You know the Jews have 2 New Years. They began the New Year, they say, at Pesach. And then they have what they call Rosh Hashanah. They say that's a New Year too. And this is how they explained it. Well, you know, you all say that the children, they have really 3 New Years, 4 in all. They have 2 different calendars, 3, for civics and government. Then they have one for season for harvest. So they say, well, let me show you an example. America says it's the New Year for the children. Start back to school. That's a new year. It starts in August. So that's how they determine what a new year is. Instead of Yah gave us one thing to determine all of that. It's in the heavens. He didn't give us no damn wheat to grow or no barley. That doesn't determine that. Because right now in China and places that still there, it's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. And they're growing things like a Nebraska's family, like cabbages and things like that, but it's still cold. It's still cold. And the southern hemisphere is winter. This is juvenile. Yah's people are scattered. In the southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere, the west they are, and east. Not just western North Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Cali, Puerto Rico. The whole origin of that skin tone, it had to start with a Spaniard. The origin of that skin tone had to start with the Spaniard. You produce sons that produce babies. There ain't a Hebrew there according to your calculation. Same thing with those in Cuba. That color of your skin started with a Spaniard. You can't be Hebrew according to the thesis and the doctrine of these that are green. Yes. Come on and battle me. We're not going to battle on no crazy, far-fetched wide range. We're going to deal with specifics. And I battle any of you all. Hallelujah, hallelujah, yeah. Hallelujah. They were given all unto every kind of uncleanness. Okay, I can finish this today. I want to show you the king's table. This is what we eat. And this is what the 7 kings, this is what we eat. Those 7 spirits. Those 7 spirits. 7 kings. Battle against the 7 Ruachim. The 7 spirits of Yah. Alright? Yeah. And this is what we eat. And this is what has got us in mess today. I want to read this quickly. I want to finish this today. Here in Galatians, this is what the king feeds their seed. This is what the queen feeds their children. And they talk to their children like adults and make them think the way they think. They impart their lies and their corruption in them, their seed. Let's begin here. Shaul writes unto the Galatians, those of Galatia. He says here in Galatians chapter 5, Galatians chapter 5, he says in verse 19, he talks about the works, the fashion, the asa of the flesh.
Yeah.
You will know them when they are manifest. You will know when someone is spiritual and when someone is not. These are the manifestation of those, and these were the manifestation of those 7 that watched and spied, concealed themselves and covered themselves. I don't cover nothing. Yahshua is our covering. He covers us. It's His blood that covers us.
Hallelujah.
Nothing else, not my righteous ways, not right ways, or my thinking I'm right.
Hallelujah.
I'm going to die in my ways. It says this. Now the works of the flesh, you will know that this is fleshly. They are made known, they are manifested, which are these. He talks about the machea. The machea. He talks about the spirit that is adulterous. It has no faithfulness, no connection to no one. If you dog that man, you will dog me. If you dog me, you will dog that one. You dog that daughter, you will dog that one. Nobody hear me? What he says? He says they are adultery, they are uncleanness, and he talks about this unbridled lust, lasciviousness. It is an excessive filthiness. That's why these camps, there's much excessive filthiness in them. Someone wrote me the other day, I could tell how they greeted me, Shalom. I knew exactly where they were from and what kind of tree they've been under. I know by their greetings. I know exactly where they're from and what concept they have been theorized in. I know. We got to have someone to show us and lead us through the wilderness.
Hallelujah.
And I'm not afraid. I don't mind dying.
Hallelujah.
He said, these are the works of this flesh, this lasciviousness. And then he deals with this idolon. Idolon. He talks about idolatry. We think that idolatry, in the sense of you being a king, that is some kind of, quote, God, unquote, quote, you worship, you pay homage. But idolon is not the idea. You got your stash up there, stature you're going about. This is what idolon is. Can I tell you? You believe me? You know this, student. It is the own imagery that one sets in their mind. The imagery of you is great. It's more precious. It's sweeter. You set that damnable image in your mind.
Yes.
That's what idolon is. Idolon. Idolon. It is the images that you set up in your own mind. It is the thoughts and the concepts that are in you. That you know, that you know, that you know. And you know, you know. That is what idolon is. It is not to go around here say, and go before a tree and go wah 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 boom ba boom ba boom ba. It's this haughty image of self. It's this picture you've drawn in your mind of me. I look better than him. I'm more prettier than her. That's what idolon is. It is an idolatrous image. Why? Because it draws all attention from your sin, your corrupted, your violent, sadistic, adulterous ways, and you become supreme. You become the prima donna. Oh, you can't make me stop. I don't get no offering here. I don't spend no tithes here. I can't go out and buy me a new pair of alligator shoes. Wouldn't buy them because I got too many pair of shoes. I put on these shoes this morning and I said, baby, I haven't worn these shoes in 3-4 months. They were tighter than a drum's belly. Had my foot's hurting. They were tighter than a drum's belly. We cannot do that, nation. We should esteem others more highly than ourselves. That is what this idolatry is. That's what it is, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't care where I go, who I deal with. Always greet them with, yes sir, yes ma'am. Thank you, man. Thank you, Karina. I don't care if she's 19, she's 20. I do that. Thank you, sir. Always, that's just me. That's the way I do it. That's the way I do it. These elderly mothers, they're in my age. To them, she's an Ima because of her beauty and her strength. And that's the Ruach of an Ima. She's not all of his daddy. We think highly of ourselves, and we're full of pride and full of our own shitto. He's not dealing with he's dealing with my heart. That's what he deals with. And that's why we're so corrupt. Your language is crude. I am crude. I am crude. I was in the store yesterday morning. I left early to get paint. I left at 5:20. I was back before 7. And no one was in Lowe's. I had to pick up that red paint for us. In this one, the people in Lowe's, they know me over the 20-something years, 23 years I've gone there. This one lady, she always speaks. Hey, sweet. Hi. How are you? I'm fine now. How are you today? Thank you kindly. And this woman I went to check out, she was so cruel. She looked just like me. Nasty little cow. She sees this old man with all this white hair. She was nasty. I didn't bat my eye. I looked at her the whole time. She couldn't look. She had no decorum. So the white woman again, she walks past me. She said, how are you doing this morning? She knows me over there. She's been there when it was the other Lowe's. Then I said, I'm not going to let her get away. I started off, I said, ma'am, you could learn some decorum from her. You know, she used to be, this is how stupid this young girl was. She used to be cashier too. Lady, this woman was working here. You were just a chap. You probably weren't even born. And this is her stupidity. I said, ma'am, you can learn some decorum, how to interact. There's one thing about Lowe's and Home Depot. Me being a veteran, I don't care where you're going there, they're going to tell you. When I use that little card, thank you. I don't say nothing. Thank you for your service in the country. I'm glad that your owners, your stockholders, give me 10% off everything you purchase. We've saved thousands of dollars by getting that 10% off. So I don't have no problem with that. And they will always, I don't care how upset they get with me. And I do make them upset because, well, you're not going to do that. No, ma'am, this is what it costs. I'm not going to let them get over $10, $15, $20 with us. And so they always say to you, thank you, sir, even when you use them. Thank you for your services. Do they tell you that? They always. This cow didn't even say thank you. Lady, my spending helped pay your salary. She didn't say thank you, sir. She did not even say thank you for your service. Because of damn America. Make it great again. I want America to be great again. Because I want to see the fall of this hoe. She's not a whore. The fall of this hoe be mighty. Make it great again. I got a deal the other day when I said to that boy up there, this joke I'd make America. I'm here, come on man, make America great again. He looks at me. Yeah. You play on them. That's what he did. I said, when I come back now, I left him with that in his son. He's taking on that. When he see me, make it great again. I'm thinking, make it great now, please. Tear this whole down. The gates of hell, make it great and strong. And let our fall be great. He smiles, boy. Had that back in his mouth. That's right. I knew it was a Trump boy, but that's all right. I got no problem with being a Trump boy. Save me money. Save us money. I would be stupid trying to convince somebody not to be a Trump boy. Bomber boy. I don't care. Hallelujah. This is what comes from us. He talks about formichea. He says witchcraft. You understand what that witchcraft or that sorcery is? It is a sorcery that when a man or a woman, we as a person, that we foster things in our minds and our hearts, in essence, we lay hold onto them. We never let it go. We maintain that. That's formichea. I know it has another definitive to it, but when you're so witchcraft up and so messed up you can't think right, in essence your mind has been induced by the overflowing of the drugs and chemicals in your body. You can't even think right.
Yes.
Your mind doesn't function. Your mind doesn't produce the balance. That's what he's talking about, and that's what the king does. You want Yochanan's head? You took your brother's wife, the whole little daughter. Give me his head. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Listen to it again. These are the things. Not only that, you have hatred in your heart. You hate. There's such a variance. You up today, down, you sweet tomorrow, and you crazy as hell the next moment. This is the mind of a king. Parmesia, bring the swine to me, and take his head off here. Yes, me Lord, I shall get him. That's the mind of a king. And that's what a king does. He doesn't give a damn. We don't give a damn about one another, and we sure, as the hell is deep to the lowest hell, as far as going there, we don't care about Yahweh. And that's a fact. We have such emulation. We get excited about nothing, and we don't get excited about that. That's what emulation is. You get so overblown about something, you get carried away. Oh man, he did me that way. I gotta get him. But that's not wrong. That's what a king, he makes a decree. A queen, you make a decree. Don't touch me. I'm your man, I'm your husband. Don't touch you. Stop it. I wouldn't even let you in my bed if you were that way. That's right. I fixed the bedroom up. We bought the bed with drawers on there. I had not put one thing in any of the drawers. And when I realized there was only one that didn't have anything in it, I saw, right, you just take all of them. I don't need them. We put hangers in there. She can hang her things there. I can hang mine. I realized that there were only 2 hooks for me. And all of her things, how do we get that? Is it something for me? I don't care. Because I throw it on the floor and get up in the morning and put it on. I said, at least I don't have to put them in the chair, because I got up in the morning and put it on. There was one like that, he shot out on me. You don't want to know. He about that big. I said, but I'll get you before you get me. Ain't nothing to me. I put my shirt on one day, and then his partner just called right across me. He's like that big old boy. He was fat. I hit that one so hard, that was nothing left. What is that bug going to do to me? Get out of here. I just don't want to get up in the morning and crawl. Other day across my little office there, I saw someone, I thought it was a mice, man. He was going by like that. He was that big that. I'll keep me a can of raid down. He jumped up. He'll come out. Sure enough, he came out. And Granny would say, stop right beside me, right there. And I looked at him, oh, buddy, I'll get you out. I don't feel like getting up. What is he going to do to me? Tell me, please. I was over there, the big old toad, that was a big old frog. Well, I'm not going to hurt the frog because I know he helps me. He eats mosquitoes and anything that'll move, he'll get it for me. The other day, right there on my steps, right there, he greeted that big one. I don't know if he let them close on my steps or what. He greeted me at the door. Move on, I'm sleeping now. Woke up, don't mess with me. I'm not going to mess with him. Come on. Let me finish this and we're going to close. Emulation, we got wrath, that there's an anger in us that is so cold and nasty. This is what those 7 hiding under the tree, looking to destroy the nation and to reap from them what Yahweh blessing with strife. We have sedition and heresy. And this is the part I want to get to here last. And one other thing in YisraYah'ale, I'm done. There's a spirit of envyings. We hate. We're not complimentary. We don't care enough for each other. But that next one is funnels. He said we're murderers. I've never shot anyone. I was tempted to do someone real damage one day, and I'm glad I didn't. Years later, he died. I was going to hurt him out. I was going to real hurt him out. I had everything like that with me. But I'm glad I did not. He said we have become, this is one of those idolatrous, this is one of those spirits that come forth out of the heart of this birth through harlotry and murder. But what is murder? What is phanos? Hold on. I want to show you what phanos is. It's here in 1 John, Yahweh. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 15. This sums it up. Whosoever mischief, whosoever hates, whosoever despises, whosoever can't befriend a brother or sister that has sinned against you. Kings never forgive. Kings don't forgive queens because no queen wants another queen to look better than her. You see them gals, they will put on the biggest bouffant wigs down to their butt and got that much hair under it. Spend thousands of dollars looking like a fool. Whosoever misseoth, whosoever hate, that is a pursuit of hatred. Misseoth. It is one that detests and despises. You don't want to be around. You don't want to embrace. You don't want. That's evil. My. That's an evil. That's beyond evil. But you will say it's him. You will say it's her. What about you? Yeah. Misseoth. That truly detests and despises. It is a hatred. He said, hate his brother. You hate your sister. It is a phanos. You have murdered. You are a murderer. And you know that no murderer has eternal life abiding in him. If you hate being around me, if you hate talking to me, you see, that's how you know you hate someone. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to fellowship with them. You don't want to get close to them. You know, dogs hate each other like that. There's one thing about a pit bull, once he locks on, you know, so one of the best ways to get a pit bull off, you got to elevate his, grab him by the hind legs and pull him up so his legs up off his head. Somebody biting on you like that, you can beat him all you want to, unless you've got a piece of iron pipe to break his neck. I've seen people hit him with little sticks that would have done that. Phanos. You that hate. And that's what those, we're going to get into the depth even deeper of the 7 keys of Revelation 17:10. You hate your brother, sister. You despise them. This is the spirit of Nahash. Yes. Immediately when Nahash took over the heart of Hava, she hated Adon. She did. Would you lead someone into death and sin? You know it's going to destroy the Iwanan. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you a lie up here unless I'm thoroughly furnished with knowledge of that matter. I'm not going to read something because I want to say something and go on that. If I hear you say something, I'm going to research it out there where if you come talk to me, you're in trouble. That's a fact. You hate your brother or your sister. No, you're not. You're a murderer. And no murderer has eternal life in him. You don't even have any eternal life in you. You can be all friendly and nice with sinners and the people that hate Yah, and you be kind to them and talk to them sweet. You can't talk to me sweet. You can't talk to me with kindness, brother. You don't want to talk to me. You get perturbed when I come around. You get upset with me. Go to hell. You and everything you touch. Because I wouldn't let you touch me. I don't hug and embrace every man. I don't even hug them. I don't even shake their hand. I give them some bump. I don't do that with every man. And that's just a fact. I don't hug no women. No daughters, I don't hug them. I don't hug no man's wife. Period. I don't hug no man's wife. His daughter. And that's just a fact. She's a young woman. She comes to that puppy, and I'm like, I don't play the bullshit. You think you're bad, huh? No, I don't think I'm bad. I know I'm fragile and weak. That's what I need here. Let me go back and finish up this. Hallelujah. Murderer, drunkenness. You are so consumed with that. That's why they had those orgies and they had those gluttonous fests because of this one spirit, the drunkenness and reveling. That's what a king does, and that's what the king would do. He would bring in a harem of a slew of the harem, and they would drink and they would get drunk, and every last one of them wanted to be a child for the king, and they would drink and puke like dogs. And you are puked up and regurgitated so much you stink of your own feces, and they defecate on themselves, and you don't even know you're passing shit on your own self. You stink all the way to hell. And as such like there's a colon there. There's an emphasis here. That's why that colon is there. Here's a claw stands on itself, of which I tell you before. There's a comma. Now I want you to understand, I've told you this before, as I've also told you in time past, there's a comma there. Don't say that I haven't warned you I have. They that which do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. You're not going into the kingdom. Bottom line. I don't give a damn how sweet you think you is, and how kind you think you is. You ain't not going in but by this way. There's only one way. And you have rose up and risen up in your king's authority and your queenship. Because you speak from here. You say what's in your mind. You're evil and you're wrong. It's not right, nation. And this is what battle against Yah. You will not obey him. You will not be kindly affectionate one to another. And you tell me that Hebrew Israelites are going to help each other? With all this nuclear artillery in the fallouts? They set one of these choppers over this place here if they got an aggression against us. Them things that go nearly 200 miles an hour. So you can, all your little pea shooters like an inches. You can hardly hit a hog when you're running, or a deer. You're not going to hit that. They can come up this place in their anger, and when they pass, they'll drop 2,000 or 3,000 bullets and go, rah! I know what I'm saying. They run this way. Rah! You're not going to run out under that. You're going to try to hide under that. It's coming through us. Those sharpshooters can shoot a quarter of a mile away. They got, what's the name of that big old, the Barrett? She's a bat. That thing. It will go from a quarter of a mile away, even a half a mile. It will go through a cinder block, that thing. And they make them right in South Carolina. It's called the Barrett. Crazy white boys. And that's what the snipers in the military use. I've seen it. I've seen how they operate. Bullets are that long. You're not escaping that. Just like those high-powered rifles, they're meant when they hit a deer to cause internal agony. He can't get away from that. They got those big guns that when they fire, You get them. I don't know if they sell it. Do they still sell hunting rifles in Walmart? Okay. They got some stuff even in Walmart. When that hit a bear, they ain't nothing they can do but lay down. Say, help me. These I came to hunt around here. They got stuff that when it hit that deer right, ain't nothing they can say. Because it messes with him. Well, he hit him right there. That's all right. It messes with it. It messes with his heart. It causes trepidation. So they can come and say, Zrah! 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 There ain't a gnat in here is not alive when they finish. And after about an hour, the maggots, the flies began to, they all look good. 30 minutes, they own you. And they began to lay babies by the millions. It becomes a cesspool of stench in here. That's what we are. When we go outside the perimeter, because we're kings, and we hide under every kind of green tree. Well, I didn't know. You know now. No excuse. Know what's up? So you think you're going to get your little AK-47? You're a silly boy. Even when I was in there during the era of Vietnam, we had stuff that would knock a fly off the wall. I have shot an M60 machine gun. Those bullets are that long. And every 10th bullet was a tracer. 10 bullets off already. Like this. The 10th one hit. And when you really lay down that barrel get red as blood, redder. When you really pump it on that thing, you have to change the barrel. About every 2,000 rounds. Don't take long. Do 2,000 rounds of that thing. You feed them things from the cannon. That's a fact. They got stuff. That will take all your will from you. Yes. Nuclear warfare. You better get some nuclear love for you. Come on, your head and love being around them, fool. You better get some nuclear love for them. You better get some nuclear love that nothing destroys, that nothing defines, that nothing tears. That's what you better get. Quit doing your juvenile, bogus bull shysters and get real. That's what you better get. Because that's the only thing going to sustain us. You're not making it through no nuclear warfare. And these fools that believe that, what are they going to do now? Can you imagine in New York City, these crazy zombies out trying to get bread? Where are they going to get it from? 25 years ago, Detroit is not big as New York City. They ate 1 million chickens a day. 1 million. That's a lot of birds, isn't it? How do you sustain that? How are they going to feed their soldiers that's going to kill you or going to have you in camps? And people about that, when they build concentration camps all over America. Now that is so stupid. Unless you got food to feed your prisoners, you got to have enough to sustain them. What kind of work they going to do when they're none of mosquitoes in them? You see the stupidity of that? Or they can put a chip in you to make you full. Ain't no chip going to feed you. This is how stupid this world is. That doesn't make sense to me. If you go to, why would you? It would best to allow them to be wars. Just go out and kill each other. They war. He's going to go to his house and kill him for that old big fat hog. He's protecting 24/7. No, when he butchers the hog and eat him, he's going to die. If you believe that lie that you spouse, you know it's a twisted, damnable lie. And people die because they greed. They don't even utilize logics. You don't even have to be spiritual. When I was in Missouri in the military, they wanted to show us, that was one thing, let me see, there was a lot of young fellas in Vietnam were killed. It was called the Claymore Mine. They got stuff that are much more devastating now than that. You hit that. That's why soldiers would hit something like a claymore. You find a piece there, a piece there, that's it. It's taking it's taking your whole body apart. You may find the head over this leg or so. So we did a demonstration there back then. There was nobody in Missouri. We Fort Leonard Wood was so far in the woods. That's why they call it the woods. Fort Leonard's Woods. It was in the woods. It was in the woods. We had everything on that base. Anything you wanted. Everything. The only way you got around was catching taxis, unless you had your car or a bicycle. And I wasn't about to do that. And you could ride anywhere on the base, and when the taxis would seat up to 5 or 6 people at a time, it was 50 cents. That's all. I don't care where you want to go. If you want to go 20 miles one way around the base, it could still cost you 50 cents. But if they saw you out there, they picked them up. Where you going? Okay, we take him first, it's closer. And when they dropped him off, they saw you and her and him. You pick all three, y'all over. But it cost you no more than 50 cents to ride a taxi in that day on the base. Because with everything, you had everything, commissaries, every kind, anything you wanted. You know, you could get it right there. You didn't have to go outside the base in the city, but then it's outside. And I remember that day in my AIT training, they set off this explosion. It just did not shake the earth. But if you have seen the devastation of what it did afterwards, it was frightening. That ain't nothing. I see it that way. That ain't nothing. Nuclear, I'm not talking about atomic, but nuclear fusion. You drop it in Monroe. The heat is so intense here that people just get naked in their skin. They get the fall off. This is how crazy these fools are telling people how to prepare. And it's going to affect every part of the world. Every part. That's what they're telling you. Get ready. You can't put back enough. You won't be eating no more. You're going to be so sick, you're not even thinking about no food. Who's sick as a dog wants to eat? You don't give me no food. Drink just a little bit of water. You're just sick. You can't even move. And it's the sickness and things like that that fall on people. Listen, you got to get your heart right and repent. If ain't no bread going to save you, no 5 dozen of eggs put back in. The mother there in New York City where she's pressed on welfare, under rent control. Where's she going to get money? Little shack of a rat hole she lives in. She got her brother sneaked in there. She got a cousin in there. He's on the couch. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's on the couch. One of the brothers on the floor. She got a bedroom. She let her sister in there. She got bunk beds in there. Those, and that what they call brownstone with Cosby, I don't know, you all many of you, where they found those apartments to get out of one of those places cost you $2 million. I remember 30 years ago to build 1,000 square foot of space in New York, it was $1,000. So 1,000 times 1,000 is what? That's $1 million. That meant that Wall Street can't live in New York, in the city. And that's a fact. So you tell me, where are they going to get food? Where are you going to start? Get out of them crazy places you are. I'd rather live in Mississippi making minimum wage an hour. At least you can maneuver, you can buy your little piece of land. I'll show you that land down there. What's your name? Your name Zippy or Yippee? I ain't know, I just can't talk like that, but you know, Yippee, your name is what? That's your baby? She's pretty. Haba? Mama? Okay, Haba, Mama. I ain't trying to be phony, but the words are too fancy for me. I'm just old country boy. I'm real. But I should tell you what I got to make it down there. I can't do you right. Do you right? There's a creek that's on the back side of that thing. I was born down there. I give it to you. I give it to you now. I give you a good pass. I'd rather live in a tent than live in a rat hole like New York, Jersey, Bmore, any of those rat holes. I'd rather live there. If I got enough room, I can build me a shack. Boy, you're down there, I see you down there building a house. You know, we got a commission here now. You know, you have to come through the city codes and the ordinance. Now, you know, but we ain't no bureau. How you say that? But that's not the deputy, but the sheriff. Now, we ain't no bureau, you know, them things that bureaucrats, but we ain't that. But boy, you got your family, and I see you're trying to do all right, boy. Yeah, I tell you what, you gonna build that thing. I tell you, well, go down and see old Johnny Simpson. He down there, he got a lot of old wood down there. That boy ain't gonna do it. He'll take a few dollars for something. Matter of fact, go down there and tell him Sheriff Buford told you to come. He'll give you some stuff down there. Rat hole in New York, they bust each other's heads, steal, and when I went down to Miami, the person that I went down, his mother was a school teacher. She had one house in one part of the city she was renting out. It was barred down like a prison house. And the house she stayed in, I say, and it was what they call a nice neighborhood. She had a pond in the back. She had bars on every part of the house, every window, even the door. That ain't living. That ain't not living. That ain't living to me. I'd rather be down there with Mr. Buford, old sheriff down there. Mr. Buford, I've been here for 48 years. I've been the sheriff for 48. In 52, I've been married to Marbeline down there. She's been my wife. I met her when I was a young boy. I saw her. I fell in love with her. I love Mom. And I came to sheriff here, and he didn't become the sheriff. I came to sheriff. I elected to office. He wasn't elected. I elected to office. I elected to office, my friend, in 1964. And I've been here ever since then. Pants falling off, gut bigger than mine. But we gonna do right by you. We do right by people. Go down there and see old Bubba John down there. He tell him I sent you. He got land down there. He'll sell you some land, boy. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, God. I tell you what, Sheriff. Isn't it anywhere I need some kind of employment? Well, I'll tell you what. Miss Julie Simpson down there, she's a colored woman. She needs somebody to mow that grass and that kind of stuff for her. And she's a nice woman. Tell her the Sheriff Buford sent you. Yeah. You know it back in my days. Did I play that one out? I used to write this and man, preacher, you know how, I'll tell you what, you know how to act it out. I'll test you. If I had wanted to be an actor, I could have been. There's nothing that if I had wanted to be, I could have been. Here we get. There's only one that's going to save you, Yahshua. Let us stand up. This is Hallelujah. Yahweh Nation, you all that have joined us in a gift for help, send your tithes here. In all things we do about Yahshua's name, we thank you for the wonderful blessings of this day, the Shabbaton. Bless your nation, your people go with us. Feed us with your bread of bountifulness as we sit at the dining hall table. We do barak in Yahshua's name. Bless us all. Bless your people, your nation. Zakain Tamasya and all the nation of Zakain Jubilee and all the elders of YisraYah'ale and the Imani. Bless them all. This is our prayer unto you, my Abba. You have given us much. Torah for all things in Yahshua's name. We do barak you. Hallelujah. 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 Yabrak.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Praise the name of Yahweh. I will praise the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Praise the name of Yahweh. Abba. So let's pray. Praise the name of Yahweh. I will praise the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Praise the name of Yahweh. worship the name of Yahweh. I will worship the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Worship the name of Yahweh. I will worship the name of Yahweh. I will worship the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Worship the name of Yahweh. Torah, the name of Yahweh. I will Torah, the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Torah, the name of Yahweh. One more time, Torah, the name of Yahweh. I will Torah, the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Torah, the name of Yahweh. Yahweh. Worship the name of Yahweh. I will worship the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Worship the name of Yahweh. Torah, the name of Yahweh. Torah, the name of Yahweh. With my hands and my voice, I will sing and rejoice. Rock the name of Yahweh. Let's pray. Praise the name of Yahweh. I will praise the name of Yahweh.